break too, so everyone seems fresh, bright-eyed, rosy-cheeked, and I thought we had a good day.
You think the bye week came at a good time for the team to have those couple wins going into it?
Yeah, it's probably if you're really trying to plan your schedule a little bit early for my taste, but I think how we started this year and what we've gone through, in the first 6 weeks of the season, it was important that we got a little bit of a break. Everyone got to get away, kind of reassess themselves, and recommit yourself to being the best version of yourself for the next 11 games.
This team, Ted, has been able to go on runs that we've seen. That you saw that last year with this team. What is it about this team that you guys are able to just break off runs like that midseason when you guys really need it?
Yeah, I mean that doesn't mean anything. Just because we did that before, no one's going to rest on anything that you did in 22. Really, we're just going out to San Francisco, playing one of the top teams in the league, and everything is going to start with individual performance from each of us, doing our very best and executing our assignment. So. When we can put it all together, especially on offense, all 11 on the same page, winning one-on-one matchups, that's how you win games.
From a health standpoint, you might argue that this might be the healthiest you guys have been all season long from top to bottom on offense. Do you view this as, I know you guys don't like to make excuses, but no excuses. We have everybody, like, no excuses anymore.
I don't think I ever was touting any excuses, but as we came back, when you come off a bye, you want to be as fresh as possible. I think obviously Zach does an amazing job taking care of us. I thought we had a crisp day today. Confidence in ourselves starts with practice performance. If you can do it in practice, you can do it in a game. So I think we're gonna have to have another good day tomorrow. Finish it up on Friday and go out to West Coast, to a team that's going to be pretty serious waiting for us.
A lot of play games you guys have gotten up to good starts off the plate. Weren't able to maintain the extra meaning walking off that field with a win. Trends you need to continue.
Staying ahead of the sticks. I think Zach and Coach Callahan have a great script to open up the game, the last couple of games. So executing that, knowing that, and being familiar with it, going and executing those, converting third downs and staying out of third and longs, and then ultimately finishing in the red zone. So we can continue to do those things throughout a whole 60-minute game. Obviously, it would be better, but to be able to play with the lead with our defense is very important to us too. Well, I think it starts with their individual talent, with Hargraves, Armstead, and Bosa. Are all extremely talented. They added Randy Gregory. I think Fred Warner is as good as it gets in this league at linebacker. So, and then obviously Greenlaw too is I would put him in the top 5, top 10. So they got a good front. They got a good front six, and we're gonna have our work cut out for us. But it starts with individual performance, knowing what to do and knowing how to do it. And we have a lot of confidence in ourselves to go out there and execute.
There are a bunch of high-scoring teams ahead. San Francisco averages 30 a game. Is there a feeling on the offense that we can't, continue to kind of ramp it up? We have to play up to our potential.
I think so. I think we're playing a team that's in the top of the league. So on both sides of the ball, I have the utmost confidence in our defense to, hold them to what they can, and ultimately the goal of football is to score one more point than them. So we're not going out there with a set number in our head, but we do know that, points and time of possession is going to be at a premium.
Starting with this game against San Francisco, the opponents y'all have coming up, would this kind of show y'all what kind of team y'all are this year, you think?
Yeah, it's what is it, week 8? Really right in the heat, the thick of the season, halfway through technically. I think we know who we are, but this is a big game as far as not that 49ers are the barometer of who we are, but this is to get above 500 for the first time in the year, and that's a really good football team over there with a lot of talented players, and we're going to go into Levi Stadium. I'm sure it's going to be rocking Sunday afternoon, and we're going to need to get a win.
On a bye week for you, where's the balance between trying to unplug and rest a little bit versus staying sharp, because you are in the middle of the season?
There's not much balance. I think the biggest thing is just the mental, emotional break. The physical break is great, but just to be off of, one thing I think that determines whether or not you can be successful in the NFL is having competitive stamina, being able to go every day and perform at your very best, knowing someone's trying to beat you, and to have a break of that is great for, your psyche. So that's what I focus on, just getting away, enjoying time with my wife, and, knowing that I'm not one-on-one against someone on a Thursday through Sunday. So, but now we're back, and we're gonna, we attacked today with some good intensity and ferocity, and a lot of good execution. So we're gonna need a good padded day tomorrow.
Joe's not 100%. He certainly looks close. How does that affect the offensive line the most?
Obviously, everything runs through Joe on this team, and when you look at what he did to start the season and gut it out, obviously we didn't have as much early success as we wanted, but when you see your guy who just signed a $250 million contract go out there on one leg and try to grit it out for the team because he knows that the success of all of us, it's an 11-man unit out there, but it is predicated on his success. And for him to go out there and show us that early in the season, he's a special guy. So I'm not on Joe watch. I don't know how he is. He looks pretty good. We had a good crisp day today. But I think the biggest thing that came out of early in the season is that, everyone knows how tough this guy is and went out there and showed it.
How much do they move around?
Not crazy. They play where they play. They have a few different variations, but I think the 49ers are obviously they're a very well coached team, but this is a defense that's had a lot of success because they win a lot of individual matchups. And Fred's the mic, and he's going to be right there in the middle. And I have a very, very high opinion of him, and his film. It just keeps getting better, as I've studied him this week. But just throughout his whole career, I've always thought he was a very, very good player. So we got to go get a hat on him and block him up to have success on the run and pass.
In training camp, do you want to use